was just like hemming and hawing about if I should get on the bus in cosplay, as if I'm like, oh, I've never done it. I've never done it in such obvious kind of cosplay. I absolutely have. I gotta put on the wig. I absolutely have done it in probably more obvious cosplay. So we're just gonna get over ourselves and do it. So good morning, all. It is day 2 of the convention. I'm in my Gabby cosplay. Actually I have to get the belt and put on the wig, but I just tried on my blue contacts. They're not, no, you can't see it, but they're not very blue. They're not, you know, I would have preferred a shade closer to Gabrielle's color, obviously, but this is what they had and I like it and it's comfortable, so we're just gonna rock with it. I'm kind of rushing because I wanna get to this park and take some pictures before the con. This double-sided tape that I've discovered years ago has been such a blessing. Seriously, it's gonna help my jacket stay where I want it to stay, which may be a little bit further over like that. Yep. Such a blessing. But anywho, okay, like that. I'm trying to get like a foresty background to just get some quick pics. Makeup is done, very light, very natural makeup. Really love something to try and control these flyaways, but whatever. If this wig had combs, that would have been great too, just to feel secure that it's not gonna come off. Do have bobby pins. So I was wondering if I should put it up or like something to minimize like frizz before I get to the con. But I don't want to really mess with the waves. Can you see them? They're so cute. Okay, I think I am done. Okay, everything. I think I'm done. I'm gonna go to this park. Okay, let's go. And I am absolutely gonna trip over the skirt, trying to hurry and get things done. Absolutely. I've done it already. So we're coming up to the park. Do you see a lot of greenery? So that is promising. It is teeny tiny. Yeah. and there's no light coming through. Okay, it's barely a park, honestly. Yeah, so that part is just a basketball court, and it's not gonna work. So that park was a dud. Didn't work out because there was like trees on the perimeter, but nothing really on the inside, especially to like mask the benches and all that other stuff. I did mark down another place that was not too far away apparently, and then I walked 10 minutes in the wrong direction. Gabrielle led me to believe being an adventurous wasn't hard, but it is. Oh my gosh. I would have been eaten by so many cyclopses by now. But anyway, it's back the direction of the hotel. I knew that it did not look like it was that way because there's no like canopy of trees. Like here, when I'm looking this way, I can see a canopy of trees. So hopefully this next place is accessible. If not, we're just gonna head back to the convention area and worry about getting pics in this another time. Okay, y'all, so that was the clearing that I was talking about, my little makeshift forest. There was like, I don't know, an encampment or just like a pile of stuff on one side. Hopefully I didn't get any of that in the background. At the end of my shoot, I was like, oh, I should have tried to like film some of that. But of course it was at the end. So I was done. The sun was just beating on my face. And then I didn't want to spend too much time. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I'm just like out and about on the street trying to get my pics and like a random person recognizes me? And it happened. They were Xenites, but they were like, he came up from behind me. He was like, oh, I like your scrolls. And then he said, oh, Gabrielle. And it turns out I actually met him yesterday because he was cosplaying Aries. So that was cool. And he's a Xena Aries shipper. We established all of that in like 30 seconds. So yeah, I had met him yesterday, but I didn't recognize him because he was obviously in plain clothes, and he didn't recognize me because I was in plain clothes yesterday and in cosplay today. That is just like the life of a cosplayer, right? And then him and the person that he was with, they offered me a ride because I was like waiting at the bus stop to get back to the hotel. They're like, you're just here, we're all going to the same place. Why don't we just go together? I was like, sure. Yeah, kids, don't get into cars with strangers unless they're in your fandom and going to the same convention. As soon as we walked into the convention, ran into some cosplayers and a little girl who just unknowingly made my whole convention. She's like grabbed onto her mom and like, look mommy, it's Gabrielle. Whole convention made, bro. Everybody was like, then all the other people were like fawning over my staff and my scrolls, and it's just like, I don't cosplay for anybody else but me. But it's nice when your hard work is recognized. So I'm happy.
It's really great to have you those ladies. They are so excited to see you guys tomorrow. And you're looking forward to seeing.
JM is Joxer, very good. You've got your goose eggs.
Great costume work, fantastic. It's just great. Thank you so much. Hi.
I'm Lynn. I'm Gabrielle from Been There, Done That. And I'll rise, but I refuse to shine.
Very good, Lynn. Gabrielle, just the way we love her. Hi.
I just have a friend to talk to, that's all. And Claire and I took a helicopter ride to the volcanoes, where we got to see everything, and it was just like just the two of us in this helicopter, me screaming and her having fun at that. She enjoyed seeing my fear. At one point I just kept until I was on the ground at the laying flat, scared to death. But she was really tough and funny. And so that's how Claire and I sort of bonded. And then when we were sitting next to each other on this flight, thanks to Carl, she was showing me these designs that she was thinking of making this t-shirt company. And as you know, that ended up being a huge thing of hers, and has, changed her life. But at the time, she was literally just sitting there drawing with a pencil. So it's a nice reminder that we all have our dreams, and at one point, if that's what it is, we're just something we're doing right now, and you don't know where it's going to end up. So just remembering her at that moment saying, I think I'm going to call it CNC. And not knowing for sure if that was it. But just to remember that wherever you are in your own personal dream, is you just have to keep doing it each day. And that's what she was doing. So that was my memories.
Big job, the amount that was asked of me that first week. There's a story that some of you have told. Some of you have told? Maybe. Why are you telling my stories? There's a story some of you have heard, because I know I've said it at conventions, where I was about a week into the work, and you're every day, all day long, if you're not actually working, you're prepping to work. So I was doing horseback riding rehearsals and stunt fighting rehearsals and all kinds of stuff, so it was just on. And there was this moment where, in New Zealand, first of all, I was too young even to rent a car if I wanted to, but in New Zealand, they have drivers pick us up and take us to and from location because they know we cannot be trusted to not get lost. So my driver, at the end of one of these days, he drops me off at the hotel, and he's like, hey, I'll see you in the morning, and I was like, cool. And I go upstairs, and I turn on the shower, and I'm fully dressed, I have my sneakers on, and I sit on the edge of the bed and lay back. And I'm just laying there for like 2 minutes, maybe waiting for the shower to get warm. And then the phone rings, and who has my number in New Zealand? So it's curious, but I reach over and I pick up the phone, and it's my driver, and he goes, where are you? You're late, you're never late. I was like, what are you talking about? And it was the next morning. I had fallen asleep, fully clothed, with my feet on the ground, leaning back on the bed with the shower running all night long. It was horrible. But I was like so discombobulated, oh my God. But that shows you the kind of work that we were doing, because the work hours were, I'd get picked up at like 5:30 in the morning, and it was just a lot, but in the best way. But yeah, just a lot. I hope that answered your question. Thank you.
Hi. Should we start with the left? My left. Your right.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
I remember many years ago at Dragon Con, and I want to know if you still stand on tables and step dance.
Only if you all raise like $2,000 for charity. So, does anybody know the story? Was anybody else here there then? Yes! So Claire Stansfield gave it to me. She set me up on that. And it wasn't my fault. I was late. She and Tim, I think, and I were supposed to do like a panel or something like that. And I was late. It wasn't my fault. The elevators weren't working. This was Dragon Con. This was a long time ago. There were a gazillion people in this. I was on like the 18th floor, and we waited and we waited and we waited. I tried to get into like the, and so Claire, while I was late, she said, let's tell Alex that, so I was an Irish dancer when I was a little girl. She said, let's tell Alex that we've like done a charity drive, and that if she gets on the table and dances, she'll raise all this money for charity. So I walked in, and everybody looks like they just ate a mouse. Everyone's like, especially you people are not, you don't have poker faces, I'm just here to tell you. So she's like, oh, you have to dance on the table. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I'm wearing a dress and my heels and like, and she's like, yeah, because they raised all this money. And I was like, oh, my God.
So
y'all, a change in the video production. I'm gonna have to vlog on my phone. Well, finish the vlog on my phone, because the whole time I was worried about not having enough space on my phone, and turns out I didn't have enough space on my camera's memory card. So we're gonna finish it on this because we have the whole day tomorrow. So, but anyway, just stopped to have a coffee break. I did not dare risk eating or drinking in my Gabrielle cosplay anything but water. So gonna have a quick bite to eat, finish this coffee. It's from Coffee Bean. It's a vanilla bean cold brew. It's really good so far. But yeah, I just met Alexandra Tidings in my photo op. I got the golden apple as a prop, and she thought it was cute. She was like, "Oh, that's so smart." And I had her like pretend like she was gonna eat it. So hopefully it came out okay. Like, you can see who it is or whatever. But that was cool. And like I said, now we're just taking a little break to go back to. Oh, and I bought her autograph because I'm like, I want her to sign the golden apple. It's Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Come on. It'll be a cute little piece on my dresser. Have to find a safe spot for it so it doesn't get ruined. But after that, yeah, there's a couple of more panels. There's Cyan, Victoria Pratt, and Ted Raimi. And then the party is tonight. Am I going to the party? No, absolutely not.
Any favorite stories or memories you would like to hear from Cleveland 2525?
Oh my God, there were a lot. So, you know what always I find amusing? So I grew up doing fitness stuff, right? Before I started acting, I did fitness. But part of the fitness costume is a fake tan. And so when I went to do Cleopatra 2525, and you're wearing like not much, I needed fake tan for this. And I had my like fake tan stuff, and I would give myself a fake tan like every Monday coming to work. And she'd be like, "Damn it, Victoria." It's like, "You're not supposed to be darker than me." I'm like, "Oh." It's like, if you look at pictures of us, there's like Gina, who's, I mean, this collage of gorgeous ethnicities, which give her this beautiful caramel colored skin, and I'm like, hold my beer. And I come in with my tan, just all like, how do I look today, Gina? So mad, it's amazing. Not really mad, but she just like eye rolls. So I loved showing up for work on Monday. I did love that.
But because the jokes were so broad, you know, Joxer freaking, you know, becomes a monkey. You know? How much prep can you do for something like that? I mean, there's little vampirillas running around in hot pants. I mean, you know, it certainly has its wonderful dramatic moments, but those really were well reserved, and rightly so, for Lucy and Renee to do, because that's what the show is about. So for this, no, I just kind of walked out, I did some shticks, and I walked off. But I enjoyed myself tremendously. That was a lot of fun to do. But anything I did that was dramatic, like the Corey, I studied very, very hard. I talked to DPD officers, that's Detroit Police Department officers that I knew, to get restraining technique tips. I spoke to OPP officers, that's Ontario Police Department. Excuse me, that's Ontario Provincial Police Department. But so I did a lot of research on that one, and I worked really hard, but not so much.
I hadn't seen the episode in so long, and I was like, "Is that your hair?" So there was a clip-on helmet. The beard, however, was all mine. This other thing, she was like, "Hey, to grow a massive beard." But I remember in between, I think my first and second episode, I had a few weeks off and just kept growing the beard. We're going through the first read through, and Rob Temper looking around the room and saying to Deb, our hair person, or like, I don't know, he was just sort of giving notes to people, and it's like, "And Deb, trim Tim's beard." Because he got a little out of control, even for Eli. He's is a little fun fact.
No, they, no, we all knew I wasn't gonna sing. And my friends from Encore are here, and I was telling Lucy's husband Rob that, I've been, playing these musicals, which has been so much fun for me to do. And Mom's like, Randy, you don't sing. I'm like, I know, but they don't know that. I actually do that. Yeah, no, I'm not the singer. That's all Lucy.
I did it in the recording booth when I was doing something else, and the sound guy played it for Rob, not saying who sang it. And he went, oh God, that's great, we should use that for the burial scene. And he said, who is that? And it's Lucy. With, no, it's not. So that was how that happened. It's full of pain and longing and all that stuff, so I think it kind of bled through. Thank you.
Jagged.
I didn't know that they... There's lots to this conversation. You all know something that I don't know. What? Oh, look, I'm just going to say jagged because that seems to be what hit my head. I'm purely playing to the crowd there. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, a t-shirt! Oh, it's a vagina thing, is it? Is that what you're saying?
Oh my gosh, Lucy's so lost. So, just got back in. What time is it? It is 8:13. The con technically ended. Oh, the day programming ended at 5:30, and I've been online for Renee since 5:30 for my autograph at least 3 times. I'm like, should I just gift this to somebody else since I've already met her twice technically. But I did want her I did want to have time to tell her literally what I told Lucy basically is that and I had a whole long spiel, but the essence of it and what I said is a thank you for continuing to be a person that I'm happy to be a fan of, because you can't say that for everybody in this show, or just in general, people that you grew up loving, celebrities or whatever who you looked up to, and now they're POSs, But the main reason why I cut it down, because her mom was there on one side, the volunteer / manager, I don't know who that lady was on the other side, and I'm just I don't want to get near to tears, with all these eyes, plus Renee, so yeah. And she complimented my cosplay again. She said something about she said it's the first one, and I was like, yeah, it's my first XenaCon. I've been a fan for 10 years. And she's like, oh yeah, no, I meant it's season 1, Gabrielle. It's awesome. And I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, and her mom complimented my cosplay, so it was great interaction, and she's so lovely in person, and the pictures don't do her justice. When I came into the photo op, I was like, damn girl, she's snatched. I don't know if she's been hitting the gym or what, but she's looking good. But yeah, it was a great day. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if I got to finish saying that the duo was with a barricade, so I wasn't too happy about that, but it ended up looking fine. It's a cool photo op. I'm not too fond of my Renee photo op. I had practiced the pose, and I thought, I was just like, oh, there's not gonna be any touching or anything, so it's fine. And as soon as I come in, she's grabbing people, hugging people, and I'm like, ah, great, she's gonna want to do a hugging kind of pose, and I did not practice that. And of course she did, and of course ended up looking awkward, but it was a great interaction. That's all that matters. The panels seemed to go by so fast. I don't know if it's just because we want to spend so much time with Gabby and Lucy, and I'm like, please cut the meandering stories down. We gotta get to the questions. Let them answer the questions. Like, go to their table and say that. But not everybody could go to their table, so I understand. You gotta take your time. You gotta take your moment. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say. I do have some general thoughts that I will say about the con overall. Maybe I'll think of something else to say about the whole experience, but it was a good one. I loved people that I met, talked with, sat with, shared stories with, and it was a good time. Meeting the actors was really the cherry on top, because I think even with just being around, here go the waterworks again, just being around fellow Xenites of a show that you've loved your whole life, since 10 years old, was super special. And I'm hoping to come back. Like, I got my fix, but like, I kind of want more. So hope to be back in 2024 when the next XenaCon is happening. Yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this con vlog. I know it's hella long. I just absolutely know that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.